Hi, welcome to my next video of factions. In this video I will cover my role as Ultra League Specialist in Bout 3. This time against Team Grookey. Team Grookey, mostly American players. I don't know why they're in the European region. But they're very good, and I like most of them, so this is going to be a very fun bout for sure. My opponent is Jetson. I played him a couple times in GBL. I don't really know him that well. So yeah, let's look real quick at these stats of him. As you can see here, Jetson is a pretty good Ultra League specialist. I think he had a difficult time starting off, right? Probably because he did not have most of the excels. Just Umbreon, G-Fisk really, and Toxicroak as a fighter counter. Toxicroak really iffy because, you know, I like Toxicroak, don't get me wrong. But like against most of the legendaries like Giratina, Cresselia, those are probably the most common. And there's also Deoxys now, which most of the wills among us have. Toxicroak does really do its well, but after that he went pretty well, mostly positive, and I ended the streak. I didn't want to spoil the result, but since they are streamed by Silph anyway, I don't think there's much of a spoiler anyway. So the teams, as you can see, I picked Melmetal as my legendary this time. I think it would have been pretty good against him. He used like A9 Jelly Core a lot, and Melmetal just has moves to hit all of these. That's why I like Melmetal. It's not really bulky. It doesn't really even win against Cresselia or Giratina, even if they have resist move all the time on you. So Melmetal's kind of lackluster there, but you know, as you can see here, it has played against pretty much everything except Nidoqueen on his line, so I think it was a pretty good pick. Anything else that stands out? I brought Double Water. I mean, Jealous and Politoed are just such good generalists. Mandibuzz with Best Buddy. It's the only Pokemon I need to Best Buddy, so I just filled in the Best Buddy CP there. Mandibuzz with Air Slash actually can beat everything on his line, so that's also a very good pick. I had quite a generally speaking, I mean, there's play for him for sure, but generally speaking, I had a pretty favorable matchups with my picks. Nidoqueen only really surprised me. It's pretty new to me. And I have my spicy pick, Typhlosion again. I like Typhlosion. Again, I don't think it's really good, but against the Jelly A9 core, it really pressures that. He did bring A9 though. He brought Ferrothorn, even better actually for Typhlosion. And Typhlosion also can beat Cresselia with Shadow Claws, and Blastburn hits just really hard. Yeah, so let's get into these battles, I think. Let me see which one it was. Took a minute for him to log in, so I have to check it real quick. Here we go. We have Jellicent into Nidoqueen. I land Jellicent because if I lead weak to Nidoqueen, he debuffs my next mon, and then he can win switch. Mandibuzz was my save swap in here, which makes sense because, like I said, Mandibuzz with Air Slash can basically beat everything except Nidoqueen in the 2 shields. So if I bring in my Mandibuzz and he knows he can only win with Nidoqueen, my Melmetal probably is free to roam. I can probably take shield advantage too. But yeah, he leads the Nidoqueen, so that's good for me. Politoed, Weather Balls is nerfed, so that's good for me. I just assume nowadays that everyone has Earthquake, so I don't shield anything here. I mean, obviously you can get surprised, but let's see. Even if Blizzard, I can take it. It does like 60%, I think. This goes on for a bit. If you see my previous video against Galax Cobolton, my Deoxys vs Politoed, it's a clean matchup for Deoxys at that time, but the more Weather Balls he keeps throwing, and if he puts in shields, it gets kind of worse. Which you can see here too, it's the same here. If he starts shielding, I can actually lose this matchup, especially because I swapped in pretty late. I had no specific reason there. I kind of underestimated the Toad, I guess. And I overestimate Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is so strong, but yeah, Politoed just spams his way through here. I know at this point I don't out-spam it. He just gets to another Weather Ball here, so I'll let it go. Farm down with Jelly. If it's his own Mandibuzz, I do have Ice Beam. 3 Ice Beams will kill the Mandibuzz, so I can lose Switch here. There's just a Weather Ball, by the way, so We don't care about that really. In comes Mandibuzz, he gets a Snarl through, it's fine. I always joke about how Americans get their moves through, the Europeans don't. But I denied a disgusting amount of moves of him in these 3 matches. This was CMP though. And because we CMP here, we will also CMP on the next move. Because he needs 2 more. I need 2 more as well. It's 5-5-4 for Shadow Ball / Ice Beam. So yeah, my third one's 4. Nidoqueen comes back in. He has no energy, so I will outpace to my Ice Beam again. I'll let him throw a move. You know, I don't know Melmetal all that much. I don't know if I get one shot by an Earth Power or Stone Edge. You know, if he really hates Mandibuzz, he could run Stone Edge. It's actually what I anticipated, but he runs Earth Power, so that makes my Mandibuzz even stronger. As you can see, I run Thunderbolt. This makes my matchup versus the water types better, and my matchup against the likes of Grass, Mandibuzz, Ferrothorn don't really get worse. So that's why I run Thunderbolt there. Really clean win, all according to plan, right? If I lose the lead, then I would bait out Nidoqueen with Mandibuzz, but I win lead. He saves on Politoed. I can just perfectly align, honestly. I mean, that is if I want switch, of course, but the fact that he has no Umbreon, he brought Mandibuzz. With Ice Beam, I can do much better. Mandibuzz is much better against things like Venusaur and fighters, but Umbreon is much better at walling, just walling ghosts, right? So I guess that's where his Mandibuzz was good for me, right? I just run Ice Beam and Jellicent's actually just safe to run. If there's an Umbreon on opposing team, Jellicent's always kind of iffy to run. You know, you really have to make sure you avoid it, or just be lucky. Let's see what I want to bring here. We know he brought Nidoqueen. He brought Politoed. Politoed's a safe swap. A lot of people do this. Politoed's pretty hard to counter if opponent doesn't bring like a even Giratina isn't the worst for Politoed. You really need like a Venusaur, a Ferrothorn, a Bulmasnow, even a Bulmasnow, straight Weather Ball. A Politoed can still make the close, honestly. If it shields the energy balls and goes straight Weather Ball, it's just so stupid. Ferrothorn, this is generally good, but considering my backline, I don't want it here. I'm expecting him to run Thunder. He misses a Bullet Seed, throws the Thunder here, which I catch. In comes Politoed. So I don't know what to expect. It's either Mandibuzz. I think I'm expecting Mandibuzz in the back. Ferrothorn, Mandibuzz. This one is really core. I go for the beam here, CMP with him. And he lets it go. He lets it go. Strange play. In comes Ferrothorn. He's hoping to outpace me, but because of the desync, we CMP here. At this point, it's kind of over. Yeah. And then the Jellicent comes in. I'm not sure if I mean, I would get to Solar Beam, but I should have recognized. He probably just gave it up here. Yeah, he just lets it go. My Mandibuzz was still loaded with energy. So yeah, interesting game there. He reveals his Ice Beam. So that's good to know. I know that he can't bait me then if I play like Typhlosion into him. So that's really good for me to know. Yeah, he gives up there. Alright, so that was match 2. Then we have match 3 here. So what I want to say there about match 2, in hindsight he wanted to dispute it. And I don't want to I don't want to hear anyone's opinions really. Everyone loves giving opinions on everything. He wanted the dispute for the second match because he missed the Bullet Seed. And that's how I caught the Thunder apparently. But yeah, I found it not dispute worthy. That was my opinion, because I found that the letting the solar beam go was more decisive than missing that move. For all I know, he was just calling a bait and tries to like save the match like that, like by getting a dispute. I don't know. He doesn't play it out properly according to him. So yeah, if you face something like that, if you get a desync, don't go all tilt, because this might cost you. He did not get the dispute. The referees told that the desync or the missed the visual. No, they said it was visual lag, that it did not really matter. But yeah, I think it was just Solar Beam that really decided the match there as well. I mean, I still had a Melmetal with Thunderbolt superpower, so it's still a core breaker. I had a loaded Mandy. Would have been very close, but if he really let it all go, we'll never know. And otherwise, it's a silly forfeit. I mean, if someone desyncs against me and they forfeit immediately, you know, I'll say, yeah, the game sucks, let's just rematch real quick. But if you let a Solar Beam go, I mean, yeah, that could be just a kind of a weird way to get a dispute off. But that is just my opinion. I can imagine that people can get frustrated about it and don't really want to play out the game anymore. So yeah, let's get into the third match. So he led Ferrothorn B4. Let's see what he leads this time. I bring my Jelly again. I need to speed up this video because otherwise it takes really long. Apologies, let's go back. Ferrothorn into... Yeah, so I wanted to use my old strategy again, except with Typhlosion this time. Shield Thunder, he kind of does the same, maybe... I mean, he throws Thunder, because that's his way to keep alignment, right? That's his way to keep alignment. Because nothing on his line beats my Mandibuzz. He has Snarl Mandibuzz, so he has nothing that beats my Mandibuzz, just his Nidoqueen. I don't know if this is good though. Maybe I should have run Melmetal in the back, honestly, because I'm playing my first game strategy here, and it's going according to plan, except that I need Melmetal in that place now. I need Melmetal there. Because now if it's Politoed in the back, it could be rough, or Mandibuzz. I anticipated Mandibuzz here, that's why I'm swapping out. If it's Politoed, I probably lose by doing this, because then I cannot align my, what's it called? My Typhlosion to the Ferrothorn, which comes in here. The fact that this thing comes in here makes me think it's the Mandibuzz in the back. Or actually the Politoed, I mean. It makes me think it's the Politoed in the back. It makes me pretty nervous. He goes for Thunder. Interesting. I think they both do. Power Whip and Thunder do the same damage. And he showed Power Whip before. And it is Politoed. He has a shield up. I don't think I can beat this thing anymore now. My mistake there is recognizing that if it is Mandy or Politoed, if it was Mandy, I would have lost anyway. I think that was my that should be my thought process, and I just should have one switch there to possibly make something out of it. Because yeah, at this point he just can stack up Weather Balls. My Typhlosion is a Weather Ball range, and this thing gets so fast to his moves. Obviously he doesn't shield because my Blast Burn / Solar Beam does way more. But yeah, there was 3-0 potential here, and I did not take it. There was a big misplay on the swap, just because I was nervous about his Mandibuzz. But even if it was Mandibuzz, I think I would have lost regardless, you know. So I think I could have read that better. It's still, we're playing on a very high level here, but I think I could have done that better. But yeah, those were my Bout. It was Bout 3 matches. They're streamed by Silph as well, so that's why I released this video a bit later. The next one will be a bit sooner. They will be against Amaretto, and it will be a lot of fun. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you the next time. Bye!